What's going on, Banter family? This is Rodney, and I'm back again with another top five because it is indeed Thursday. Therefore, we're doing top five Thursday. And shout out to Brian Smith. I chose your top five, the top five supporting actors, and I like this one. I do. I like it a lot. Uh, it's a mainstream kind of top five or ten or whatever, but this can go any way with anybody. So many people can have so many different tops on this. But supporting actors for me, they basically make the movie along with the main top billed actor. It's good casting to look out for. Sometimes they end up stealing the show, but yeah. So join me for my top five, and then leave in the comments your top five or whatever. So enjoy. Uh, my top five starts off with number five being Marlon Wayans in Requiem for a Dream. Uh, this is an excellent movie, Requiem for a Dream. It's got Jared Leto as the top billed actor, with Marlon Wayans as a side with Jennifer Connelly. Marlon Wayans' character in this it's just as emotionally driven, and the character development in it as well is just as well as Jared Leto's in this film. It's a movie about addiction, pretty much. This movie is dark. It's but yeah. Anyway, it's about addiction and it's really dark. But Marlon Wayans, being the comedic, genes that he has with the Wayans family, it was nice seeing him in something a little different like this, and he absolutely killed it, and it showed a different side of him, which I thought I didn't think he could do. So I was really impressed with his acting chops, and as a supporting actor, he did amazing. He was believable. Everything that he did felt real. It was just well made. A very good movie, and I am very pleased with Marlon's work in this movie. So my number five is Requiem for a Dream. My number four is Benicio Del Toro in The Hunted. I love The Hunted. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's about a military. It's a military movie. So Benicio Del Toro joins some kind of special forces, special kills or something like that. And Tommy Lee Jones is the top billed actor, and he trains Benicio basically to do all these like heavy duty, like secretive, sly kills and shit. Benicio Del Toro's character is insane, but his acting in this was phenomenal. The movements that he did were very kind of scary. They were so realistic, they were scary. But his chemistry with Tommy Lee Jones was incredible. It was some of it was kind of hard to watch. It's one of those movies, very intense, and Benicio Del Toro's character is very, very intense, and I think it's one of the best. It's the best role he's ever done, Benicio. So yes, if you have not seen it, The Hunted, Benicio Del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones, it is amazing. Check it out. That is my number four. My number three, you can't have a top 5 or 10 or 20 or anything like that supporting actors without mentioning John Goodman in The Big Lebowski. John Goodman playing Walter in The Big Lebowski. This is what I was talking about earlier, when sometimes the supporting actor steals the show. Jeff Bridges was phenomenal in The Big Lebowski, but John Goodman absolutely stole the show. Like every time I watch that movie, I just wait patiently for Walter's scenes. John Goodman to come on camera and, yell at Donnie, or, just the anxiety driven personality that he has. So I think Big Lebowski, John Goodman is very worthy of a top three spot when it comes to, best supporting actors. And I know a lot of you out there have seen the Big Lebowski, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So shut the fuck up, Donnie. Shit's funny as hell. But yeah, my number 3 is John Goodman, The Big Lebowski. My top 2 are they're deep. The movies themselves and the acting in both of them is absolutely incredible. My number 2 is actually on my list from last week, also when I did top 5 monologues. So my number 2 is Paul Dano in There Will Be Blood. Paul Dano's character in this was creepy, I guess would be a good word for it. Creepy and very believable. It was like an edge of your seat. Like when you watch Paul Dano in this movie, you're like, okay, so what exactly is he about to say or do? And it's not like an intense like oh shit. Like it's one of those. He's very soft spoken in this movie and very almost too helpful. He's just, his character in this movie is something that's like you gotta, I don't really even know how to explain it, to be honest with you. Paul Dano in There Will Be Blood as a supporting actor is one of the best supporting actor roles I've ever seen. So I think, and to be acting alongside Daniel Day-Lewis, who in my opinion is the greatest, well, he's retired now, but was the greatest actor of all time, Daniel Day-Lewis. There is no better than him. Now, there is upcoming people that might be able to hold a candle to him, but we'll see. We'll see how that happens. But yes, for Paul Dano to act the way he did and to carry himself with Daniel Day-Lewis, it's on its own is impressive. So yeah, my number 2 spot goes to Paul Dano and There Will Be Blood. Number 1, the big one. This movie hits home for me. It's a sad movie. Very, very good movie though, and it's on Amazon Prime. If any of you all have a Prime membership, watch the Prime videos. It's an Amazon original. So my number 1 is Beautiful Boy. Timothy Chalamet as the supporting actor. Timothy Chalamet and Steve Carell is a top billed actor in this movie. This movie is emotional on every level possible, and it's also about addiction, but it's more about the relationship between the father and the son, and for me, it's hard. It's a hard movie to watch, but it's one of those movies that you find yourself, you get sucked into it, and you can't take your eyes off of it. It's so good. And Timothy Chalamet, speaking of Daniel Day-Lewis being the greatest of all time, I think Timothy Chalamet is very close to being that. I think Timothy Chalamet has potential to become the greatest living actor of all time. I'm really excited to see what he does in Dune, but he's just one of those, you can tell he's driven and he wants to make the best characters that he can make, in a movie. And I think the way he performed an addict in this movie he stole the show from, Steve Carell. Like, it's a no-brainer. Timothy Chalamet, I don't know. It's just really, there's a lot of heart in this movie, but a lot of there's actually answers in this if you're dealing with addiction or know anybody that deals with addiction. This movie's a good movie to watch because it can really open somebody's eyes, and for him to be able to do that, to an audience member, it's phenomenal. So I think I'm very happy with my number one best supporting actor being Timothy Chalamet in Beautiful Boy. So that's my top five best supporting actors in my opinion. All film is subjective. Y'all's is going to be different, and honestly, I'm curious to see what your all's is. So let us know, and tune in next Thursday for another top 5 video.